The New York Jets have just met with one of the hottest names in the NFL draft on the defensive side of the ball, and we're here to break it all down. What is up, Jet fans? I'm Julian Locasto, your host today, and this is the Gang Green Report. If you're tuning in, hit that like button on your way in and subscribe if you're new to stay up on all things on our beloved New York Jets. Let's get into this video, guys. So we found out on Tuesday that the New York Jets are meeting with one of the top defensive prospects in the NFL draft in Mason Graham, being regarded as one of the top interior defensive linemen out of Michigan. The New York Jets have spent a considerable amount of time with Graham, including formal interviews at the Combine and dinner the night before his pro day, and now a top 30 visit, as reported by Ian Rappaport. I feel like a lot of Jet fans kind of were all on board with Graham earlier in the process in around December, January, before we started even getting into the whole Tyler Warren and Armand Membu train. In a way, Graham has become very underrated in a lot of our eyes and a lot of the fan base. But guys, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about the pros and cons of Mason Graham. The pros being he's got elite first step quickness. He's excellent at bend and flexibility for an interior player. He wins the leverage battles consistently, especially in the run game, guys. Fast, powerful hands. He's got a devastating push-pull move, and he's a versatile player that can play on all positions on the line from 0 all the way out to 5 tech. The cons, guys, he's got arms appear to be really below average. That's the biggest thing that a lot of people have pointed out. He's got lack of length, which really affects his rip and swipe efficiency. He's got those shorter arms, which makes it tougher to disengage. And then he gets pushed around the ground a lot. You see him on the ground, you watch his tape, he gets moved very easily. And that's because he's also came in under 300 pounds, which has scared off a lot of GMs and executives, and even some of the Jets fans as well. I've seen over the last couple of months have been really souring over this. But a lot of Jets fans have basically seen his size and kind of soured on Mason Graham, saying that he's too similar to what the Jets already have in Quinnen Williams. I, for one, believe that if you have a guy like Mason Graham, whose PFF pass rush grades on true sets, his run grades, his pass rush win rate, and his solo run stop rate over the past 2 years at Michigan are in the 95th percentile, you put that next to a dominant interior player like Quinnen, and you're going to have an interior line that can create problems for offensive lines. If you want to double Quinnen, you now have to kind of worry about putting those interior linemen one-on-one against Mason Graham, which the Jets severely lack that interior threat the last couple of years next to Quinnen, because we've seen guys like Solomon Thomas, Javon Kinlaw, they couldn't get pressure up the middle. So now you're putting that lack of production now on Quinnen Williams. I don't think it's necessarily good criticism of Quinnen. I think we've all seen that when our line has been top in the league, Quinnen is an unstoppable force. But if you have guys next to him that can't put up the production and get the pressure that a lot of these other players can, you're going to see drop-offs in production. But if you get a guy like Mason Graham's caliber and you put him next to Quinnen Williams, you could see Mason Graham get potentially 9 to 10 sacks right off the bat in year one if Quinnen is commanding double teams. Now, the biggest argument that most fans will make is that the defensive line class is extremely deep. And I get it. You could definitely make the case and probably get a quality run stopper or somebody that can be plug and play next to Quinnen, probably in the later rounds. But if you're picking as high as 7, you're looking to get the best available player. And, somebody who could make an immediate impact on this team. Mason Graham has been proven to be the best at this position over the last couple seasons in the country, and proven to be a top talent worthy of a top 10 or even a top 5 selection in this year's draft. So the same argument we can make about, Tyler Warren's and the tight end crop this cycle. If you have the option to take the best of the best, you're going to do it. So I personally don't think he'll be there for the Jets at number 7. I think he could go as high as 4 or even 5 to New England or Jacksonville. I think he could even be in consideration for the Saints at pick 6 if he somehow manages to slip past Jacksonville, which I really don't think he's going to pass Jacksonville. But if there's a pick at 7 that we can start making an argument for, yes, I'm going to say it now. If he's there and, you're with Tyler Warren or the Armand Membus of the world, you give it a long, hard thought because of how talented he is and how much we really do need that position on the team. So Jet fans, how are we feeling about the idea of drafting Mason Graham? Is this someone that you would consider at pick 6? Or pick 7, if he makes it there? Or are you looking at other positions? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Like this video if you haven't already, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And as always, guys, go Jets.